Hey everybody, John here with Many Hats Woodshop. Out here in the garage, just working on finishing the walls. Got this OSB going up on the walls. When I started thinking about how many unfinished projects I have floating around. How many unfinished projects do you have floating around? Just going to explore that a little bit today. But yeah, back in 2023 when I started getting this shop ready together, decided I was going to do this wall treatment with OSB. I kind of wanted to put plywood on the wall. I knew that. Then I was perusing YouTube and I saw Man About Tools doing something similar to this. OSB, paint it black, sand it down, like you've seen in one of my past videos. Throw it up on the wall, put some polyurethane on it, away it goes. Well, I started that over there. Had to get that with the up first before I put the miter station in. Knew I was going to do that over there. Got all the way around. Finally got the 3 panels up on the wall. It's like, all right, done with a project. Yeah, that was until I turned around over there. I have this section here that I need to put some on. And I have that section over there to put some on. So yeah, that's unfinished too. Well then, since I had finished this, I got all the racking pulled away from the wall where we store our stuff. Well, I want to paint this wall over here, make it look somewhat nice, right? So now I got to work on that. So like right now, I've been working on that so I can get that all painted up and then put my racks back over there so I can put all the stuff I have sitting over here back over there. Then I started looking at things around the shop. You know, and then I got my over there that's still unfinished. Got some doors that I can make, but I need that to be done. Then I also have, you know, a picture frame that's sitting here. I've mentioned it multiple times before, but I had this saw forever. And one of the things I always wanted to do was put in a router table in this open section between the rails. I didn't have a router table, so I finally got around to doing that. But yeah, that's unfinished too. Because right now, as it is, I'm going to have to reach under here with my router to turn it on and off. Kind of not liking that. I have a switch that I should probably throw on here so I don't have to bend down and get my face into here. But so that's sitting there unfinished. Well, then I had to, you know, test it. So I made this picture frame. You know, did the routing on that. But yeah, that's sitting here unfinished. Came from that stack of oak over there that I've had for who knows how long, 15, 20 years of stuff that I was going to make some picture frames out of. Yep, that's all unfinished. Had these, I had some walnut and cherry left over from some stuff I was doing. So I'm like, oh, I'll make some charcuterie boards or cheese boards for around Christmas time. So this is as far as I got with those. That's sitting here unfinished. I mean, I just have like unfinished projects everywhere. And then we bought the house and knew there was going to be some things that we wanted to remodel and whatnot. One of them was the bathrooms. Well, I had was like, oh, that'll be a great winter project. Decided to start monkeying with that. Got some paint samples, thinking about what we want to do in there. Got some paint samples, but I didn't want to put the paint samples in there since we're changing out the lights and the lighting's going to be different. So what did I do? I tore out the ugly light that was in there and put in the new light with the bulbs that we're going to have in there. So that's kind of sitting there unfinished right now as I get going with things. I have plywood down here to start making the vanity for it. We've already got the flooring in the house. But, it's just something in the giant pile of unfinished stuff to do. And it's starting to kind of weigh on me a little bit that I'm not finishing things. I don't know what it is. The excitement of something new, running, jumping into something new all the time. I get bored with it. I don't know. And when I get close to the end, you get kind of like stagnant. You've been around, I don't like this anymore. So you kind of move on. I mean, I even asked AI. I'm like, I got a list. I printed it out. I asked AI why can't I finish things? And it gave me this list. Said like perfectionism. That's one thing. Like I get really hard on myself if I can't do something 100% perfect the very first time I do it. Even though I know there's going to be a learning curve there, I don't give myself the grace or the room to make errors. So like I'll come in and that picture frame is not perfect. Other picture frames I built are not perfect. But I just get into it and it's not perfect and get discouraged with it and toss it to the side. So it's not finished. So that's one big thing. Lack of interest or passion. I don't know if that's, projects are exciting and whatnot, but I don't know. I don't know if that's really something. Overwhelm. I don't really have any big projects other than maybe these walls, but it was just like I didn't want to get into it. Maybe that is something. I didn't want to get into it because I knew I had to move everything away from the wall in order to finish it. Whereas like over there, the walls were already open when I started it, so I didn't have to do anything. But now I have to move everything over here and put it all back. So it took me forever to do this when I should have just did it all in the first place. Distractions. Yeah, there's squirrels running everywhere. Doesn't mean I got to chase them all, but somehow I feel like I got to chase all the squirrels around. Used to be a project manager, and one of the funny things is that in project management, there was a saying that like project management is just herding cats. Ever try to herd cats? It's not fun. But yeah, like that's a big thing for me is like distractions. I see something, I get into a project and it's like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Start working on something and then an idea pops in the head. And, gotta start working on that. And then another idea pops in the head. And gotta start working on that. So it's like really got to learn how to focus. Another one was self-doubt. I guess to me, kind of the self-doubt and perfectionism kind of go together. Where if it's not perfect, then I start doubting myself. When I know I need to give myself the grace to make the errors and to learn. That's something I'm learning. There it is on that wall. It's been forever since I've done drywalling, and it shows. Like, but I'm getting better. It's those skills that you have, use them or you lose them. I'm easing myself back into woodworking even because it's been forever since I've done it. So those skills are not there. But I got to work on it. I even come up with some strategies to good old my buddy AI, gave me some strategies for finishing projects, like breaking it down, setting clear goals, creating timelines, celebrate the milestones during the project, try to limit new ideas in the project, send feedback early, plan a reward, practice self-compassion. Yep. That's something I need to do to go along with the perfectionism and self-doubt, is to give myself compassion in not being perfect and not finishing something. Something else that I've done is I've started, I got a notebook that I'll make notes in, sketches, like things I'm thinking of. I just make sketches in it. If I don't want to carry this big old notebook around, I got a couple of these. These are nice for making sketches and notes in sketching up the vanity that I want to do. But I think that's one of those things that always keep a notebook or something laying around. Don't do the old carpenter trick and write it on an old piece of drywall, because you know what you're going to do? You're going to throw that drywall away because I don't need that piece of drywall. So get yourself a notebook that you can go back and review and see what ideas, see if you want to follow an idea.